When stealth fighters arrive alongside destroyers, cruisers, marines, and even a nuclear submarine, it signals far more than routine patrols. That's what's happening now in the Caribbean, where the US has quietly built one of its largest military presences in years. Officially, the mission targets narcotics trafficking, but it also looks like a warning to Venezuela and its leader, Nicolás Maduro. On September 10th, the Pentagon confirmed F-35 stealth fighters and MQ-9 Reaper drones had deployed to Puerto Rico to strengthen the force. It's not a declaration of war, but it's a clear signal Washington is prepared to act if tensions rise, raising concerns about mission creep and miscalculation in a volatile region. A rapid and uneasy military buildup. For months, the United States has been increasing its military presence across the Caribbean, but the arrival of F-35s and Reapers marks a decisive new phase. Just off the southern coast of Puerto Rico, the Bataan Amphibious Ready Group has been operating with roughly 4,500 Marines and sailors aboard the amphibious assault ship United States ship Bataan and 2 San Antonio-class transport docks. These forces have not been idling. They have been training for amphibious landings and coastal seizures, the type of exercises that telegraph power and preparation. The buildup is not limited to Marines. The destroyer United States ship Jason Dunham was buzzed by Venezuelan F-16 on September 4th, an incident widely interpreted as a warning from Caracas. Another Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, the United States ship Gravely, is patrolling the southern Caribbean, while the guided missile cruiser United States ship Gravely is patrolling the southern Caribbean, and while the guided missile cruiser states ship Lake Erie recently passed through the Panama Canal to join the mission. On the Pacific side of Panama, the destroyer United States ship Samson remains docked, but could be called on quickly. Perhaps most strikingly, the fast attack submarine United States ship Newport News is believed to be lurking somewhere nearby. Submarines are rarely deployed in this region, so its presence suggests a serious shift in posture. When submarines appear, they are not simply for routine patrols. They bring strategic deterrence and long-range strike capability. All of this is happening with remarkably little fanfare. The US military often publicizes the presence of powerful ships or aircraft to send a clear message. This time, the tone is quieter, but no less deliberate. It is a flex, but one carried out with a degree of caution, as though the Pentagon wants to project strength without provoking open conflict. Why Puerto Rico is the perfect staging ground. The choice to base F-35s and Reapers in Puerto Rico is not accidental. The island provides a rare strategic advantage. It is US sovereign territory deep in the Caribbean. That means there are no foreign basing negotiations or host nation politics to navigate. From Muñiz Air National Guard Base near San Juan, American aircraft can easily reach the Venezuelan mainland and monitor the wider region without legal or diplomatic barriers. For decades, Puerto Rico served mostly as a logistical hub for regional operations. Now it is becoming a forward operating base for power projection, giving the United States a firm foothold in its own hemisphere. The F-35's true power is information. The F-35 Lightning II is often praised for its stealth and strike capability, but its greatest strength is as an intelligence and networking hub. Equipped with the APG-81 Active Electronically Scanned Array radar, a distributed aperture system for 360-degree awareness, and an advanced electro-optical targeting system, it can gather and share vast amounts of data in real time. From Puerto Rico, these jets can quietly map Venezuelan air defenses, track enemy aircraft, and watch maritime traffic without revealing their position. They can pinpoint radar sites, feed targeting data to Navy ships using the Aegis combat system, and link Marine commanders into a unified digital battlefield. Plugged into the Navy's Cooperative Engagement Capability Network, the F-35 helps create a kill web, turning separate ships, aircraft, and ground forces into one coordinated strike force. The Reaper drone's patience and lethal precision. If the F-35 is the brain, the MQ-9 Reaper is the patient hunter. Able to stay aloft for over 24 hours, it can track smuggling boats, watch remote airstrips, and wait silently for the right moment to strike. A skill honed in counter-terrorism missions across the Middle East and Africa. In the Caribbean, this persistence is crucial. Smugglers rely on speed and unpredictability, but a Reaper can shadow them for hours, then strike within seconds if they refuse to stop. Paired with the F-35 sensors, it forms a seamless chain. Stealth jets detect and track, while Reapers wait and deliver precise firepower. A September strike that changed the game. The U.S. buildup escalated sharply on September 2nd, when American forces destroyed a small boat in the southern Caribbean after it allegedly ignored orders to stop. Officials said it was carrying drugs and 11 people. Though the Pentagon hasn't named the platform, analysts believe an MQ-9 Reaper carried out the strike, given its ability to track and hit targets with precision. If confirmed, it would mark one of the first lethal drone attacks in the region, signaling a shift from surveillance to direct strikes in America's counter-narcotics strategy, the legal shift behind the firepower. The ability to carry out such strikes stems from a controversial legal reinterpretation. President Donald Trump signed a classified memo reclassifying transnational drug cartels as narco-terrorist organizations. This framing matters because it allows the White House to argue that the post-9/11 authorization for use of military force, originally intended to target al-Qaeda and similar groups, also applies to cartels with alleged terror ties. That means the U.S. military can take lethal action without seeking new approval from Congress. Supporters say this approach provides flexibility against criminal networks that destabilize regions and threaten U.S. interests. Critics argue it dangerously stretches an old law to justify new conflicts without democratic oversight. Either way, it created the legal foundation for September's drone strike and the wider deployment now underway, Venezuela's growing anxiety. Though Washington insists the mission targets narcotics trafficking, Venezuela clearly feels threatened. President Nicolás Maduro's regime has long faced U.S. sanctions and drug trafficking accusations, including a 2020 narco-terrorism indictment and a $15 million bounty for his capture. Tensions deepened after Venezuela's disputed 2024 election, which Maduro claimed but the U.S. and allies rejected as fraudulent, backing opposition candidate Edmundo Gonzalez instead. Against this backdrop, the sight of U.S. stealth jets near Caracas has alarmed Maduro. On September 4th, Venezuelan F-16s buzzed the United States ship Jason Dunham, a clear signal that Caracas sees the buildup as preparation for strikes, not just drug enforcement. The danger of miscalculation. The greatest risk now may not be deliberate war but misjudgment. U.S. commanders have expanded authority under the narco-terror designation, meaning they can respond more aggressively if they perceive a threat. Stealth fighters are hard to detect, and the presence of heavily armed ships and Marines creates a volatile environment. A Venezuelan pilot flying too close to a U.S. destroyer or a U.S. commander misreading a maneuver as hostile could trigger a confrontation neither side intends. Similar incidents have occurred elsewhere, such as Russian jets buzzing U.S. aircraft in the Black Sea and Baltic Sea. Those encounters stayed non-lethal, but the line between provocation and escalation is razor thin. In the Caribbean, where legal frameworks and political tensions have shifted, that line may be even more fragile. From drug patrol to power projection, what started as an effort to stop drug smuggling has evolved into a far-reaching demonstration of power. The United States has assembled a force that blends high-tech surveillance, rapid strike capability, and amphibious readiness. If you found this breakdown helpful or learned something new about how stealth fighters and Reaper drones are changing the game, hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay curious, stay informed, and as always, stay safe out there.